Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Remember when we all thought that the whole Xavi leaving, staying saga was over? Well, weren't we fucking dumb? Because it looks like it just started. This club is an embarrassment. The last 15 hours for Barcelona have been some of the most embarrassing that I've lived in my whole life supporting this team. It's honestly pathetic, man. And the past 2 months have been pathetic. Not because what's happening on the pitch, obviously getting knocked out by PSG in the UCL, and losing to Real Madrid and all that shit, losing to Girona. That's separate. That's the small part of it. Like the big part of it is off the pitch. What are we doing, bro? What is happening? I wake up today, I see all these Barca news sources reporting that Xavi's gonna leave, Joan Laporta's really mad at him. I mean, obviously we heard about it yesterday in the game before the game against Almeria, but I thought Joan Laporta's just gonna sleep on it and then wake up and then be back to normal, you know? Because it's the same guy who literally, like 2 weeks back, was begging on his knees for Xavi to stay. And now you're gonna fire him because he said some comments that are true, that you just don't like, you got butthurt, and you're gonna stir up this whole thing with the club. I'm embarrassed, bro. I'm embarrassed to have that guy as our president. It's ridiculous, man. Take away my feelings for Xavi as a coach, because everybody knows how I feel about Xavi already. I don't think he's up to par to be a Barca coach, but that's separate, man. This man was gonna resign. He literally said in late January, I'm gonna resign. And you were on your knees for 3 months begging him to stay and talking about every chance you got when you got to talk to the media, talking about how we want Xavi to stay. And then you finally convinced the guy, and not because he said some comments that, again, like I said, are true, that you just don't like, you got butthurt about it, you're gonna fire him, and you're gonna kick a club legend out the door like that, in that embarrassing of a fashion. It's not okay, bro. It's simply not okay. Xavi literally was talking about the economic situation, which every single person, every football fan knows is the biggest problem surrounding Barcelona at the moment. It's not a secret. It's not a mystery. He's not revealing like in-depth secrets about the club or the meetings that you guys have together. He's literally just talking about something that everybody knows. So why are you so fucking butthurt about it? It's so ridiculous, man. This sucks. This honestly sucks. And we Barca fans deserve better than this. I don't wish this on any fan base, but it's stupid. Every single day you gotta wake up and there's something new. There's something new. More drama, more drama, more drama. I mean, we thought the coaching thing was over. It's gonna be Xavi for at least 1 more year. And now fucking Joan Laporta comes out, and obviously to make it a double whammy, double jeopardy, he says that if Xavi gets fired, the next candidate to replace him is gonna be Rafa Marquez. Oh my fuck, man. Are you kidding me right now? Rafa Marquez? Again, I've said it from the start. Ever since Xavi City was stepping down back in late January, in that video I said, if the other option, apart from Xavi, is Rafa Marquez, I want to keep Xavi. I'm not a fan of Rafa Marquez. I don't think he'll be good enough. Barca cannot swing and miss on this managerial appointment. And Rafa Marquez, again, he's an unknown. He's doing good with Barca B, but he's still an unknown. We need a guy who's coached a senior game, a first division game. And Rafa Marquez has never done that. And, you know, for my sanity, I hope that Joan Laporta is doing this because he thinks that he made a mistake keeping Xavi for 1 more year after he obviously saw the Roque situation, because that's being reported right now that Joan Laporta didn't like the way that Xavi handled the whole Roque situation. So I think that, for my sanity, I'm thinking that Joan Laporta is just using those comments as an excuse to just fire Xavi. But I don't think that's the case. I think our president is really going to fire our coach because he got butthurt about comments that are factual. And that, to me, is ridiculous. As a fan of this club, I'll say it 1,000 times. As a fan of this club, as a guy who loves this team with his whole heart, I'm sick of this shit. It's enough. And again, take away my feelings for Xavi as a coach, which I'm going to get to a little bit later in this video. Doing this to a club legend and a guy who you begged to come back is unacceptable. Literally 3 weeks ago, you, Bojan, Xavi, Deco were taking pictures with, you guys were putting your hands in the middle like the fucking Avengers and all taking pictures together. And now you want to fire the guy? Because he just said something that you don't like? It's unacceptable. It's unexcusable. It's inexcusable. Is that what it is? It's inexcusable. It is inexcusable. There's no excuse for what's happening at Barcelona over the past 15 hours. It's ridiculous. It's a joke. The biggest difference between Barcelona and Real Madrid, yes, they have better players and they have a better manager. That's obviously, it's there. We get that. But the biggest difference, the core difference with these two clubs is that one has an actual competent board and the other one has fucking clowns running the show. And we're seeing it. Barcelona has fucking clowns running that show. And I think Joan Laporta is one of the most influential and greatest figures in the history of this club. Barcelona is simply one of the most prestigious clubs in the history of Europe. Johan Cruyff, Pep Guardiola, Messi, Joan Laporta, Dino, Eto'o, Neymar, so like all these figures that have obviously coached at Barcelona. Even fucking, if you want to throw him in, what the fuck is his name? Carles Isaac also, who was obviously, who I think was the guy who actually signed Messi, if I'm not mistaken, who actually scouted Messi. All these guys, right? All these legendary figures. Like, if you were to make a Mount Rushmore of Barcelona, I think you could argue Joan Laporta should be on that Mount Rushmore along with Johan Cruyff, Messi, and Pep. But the way that this guy's been acting over the past couple months, it's embarrassing, bro. It really is embarrassing. Constantly coming out and talking about, like, when he came out and gave those comments about Real Madrid, it's like, bro, why are you worrying about, like, your club is in ruins right now, and you're worrying about the fucking rivals? And Xavi's right, bro. Look, do I think Barcelona's squad is terrible? No, not even close. I think Barca should have done a lot better this year because our squad is not, it's not trophyless. It's not a squad that should be going trophyless. But Xavi's right. The financial situation is not there. And if Barca want to compete, you got to get some backing. You got to get a DM. You got to get these players to come in because our rivals are getting Mbappe. And we got to, that's the whatever, whether we like it or not. I mean, it's just the way it is. Barca and Real Madrid are tied at the hip. It's the biggest rivalry in world football. The same way that River and Boca are tied at the hip. And you got to look at them and see, okay, so they're adding Kylian Mbappe and they're adding some of the best players in the world. And what are we doing here? You know, so for me, again, I'm disappointed in Joan Laporta. It's inexcusable what he's doing. It is inexcusable. You're getting upset. You're getting butthurt like a fucking high schooler because Xavi made some comments that you don't like and now you want to kick him out the back door. You want to embarrass him like that? No. Because, sorry, Xavi said that he was going to leave. He literally was going to leave. And you begged him to come back. And now to come out and pull this shit, it is unacceptable, man. And I'm filming this video at about 11:24 my time, Eastern Standard Time, obviously in the US. And I don't know, it doesn't look like Xavi has been fired yet. Apparently they're gonna have a meeting. I don't know yet, but whether Xavi gets fired or not, it's irrelevant because I still believe that Xavi is gonna stay. I think Xavi is gonna be Barca's coach next season. I don't think this is gonna escalate to the point where he gets fired, despite the reporting, which is all accurate, by the way. This is not us pulling shit out of our ass. The most credible reporters in Catalonia are reporting this stuff. Fabrizio Romano is reporting this stuff. It's not a story that we're making up just for clicks and views, okay? So, again, I don't think Xavi's going to leave, but regardless of whether he leaves or not, this whole saga, and I'm not talking about the past 15 hours, I'm talking about the past 6 months, has been an embarrassment. And the past 15 hours has been even more embarrassing. My thoughts stay the same whether Xavi leaves or Xavi stays. This has been a disaster from the start. It has been a disaster from the very start. And it has to get better. This is inexcusable and unacceptable. And the fans, we do not deserve this. We don't. And those players don't deserve this. They don't deserve it, bro. What are we doing here? And like to bring in Rafa Marquez, I mean, man, come on. And look, I know people are going to say, oh, bro, you should be happy. You don't like Xavi. He's going to leave. Look, everybody knows I'm not the biggest Xavi fan. And if the reports are true, it looks like Joan Laporta's looking at Rafa Marquez and Hansi Flick. Now, if it's Hansi Flick, I'm going to be happy. I'll be happy if it's Hansi Flick. And people might say, bro, you're too mean to Xavi. What are you talking about? I don't think Xavi is a great coach. I simply don't think he's a great coach. I think in the biggest moments, the man doesn't really know what he's doing. That's just my opinion. You can disagree with that opinion. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm not a fan of Xavi. I think his man management is poor, and I don't like the way he conducts himself on the pitch, which to me is a really big deal. Because I want a grown up in that spot. Because you're the manager of Barcelona. And you're simply not acting like one. So again, if it's Rafa Marquez, I don't want him on the team. But if it's Xavi, if it's Hansi Flick, sure. And you still have Thomas Tuchel who you can go after, who's obviously going to leave Bayern Munich. And Thomas Tuchel is one of the best tournament managers in world football. I mean, we saw this guy this year. I mean, take Real Madrid to the brink in the UCL semifinal in the Bernabeu. And if it wasn't for a dodgy call, who knows, maybe they go to extra time and win that game. We also saw him win a UCL with Chelsea. This is a UCL winning manager who beat Pep Guardiola in a UCL final. We also saw him get to a UCL final with PSG. This is not an unproven guy. And Barca, we want this. No matter what Barca fans tell you, yes, we love winning the league. It's amazing to win the league. I'm not sick of winning the league, but I've seen it already. I want to see Barca win the UCL. And if you can bring a guy who's an expert in that tournament, in that competition, again, I know he's only won one, but he's made deep runs multiple times in his career and has won the competition before. I think that'll be the best option for us. And who knows, maybe you can get Jurgen Klopp in a year from now. And do I want De Zerbi? No. Thiago Motta, I've started to get a liking to him over the past couple of weeks because I think what he's done with Bologna this year is fantastic. He might go to Juve, but we don't know yet. And I think he'd be a good candidate. And also he has obviously Barca ties as well. But yeah, bro, and it also came out that apparently Joan Laporta wants to sack Deco now. Like, what are we doing, bro? What is going on? Honestly, it's mind-blowing to me how we're the only club, like this, Barcelona was once a pristine institution. It was the creme de la creme. And now we're acting like this. Like we're being run by a mom and pop shop. Like, what are we doing, bro? Our president is getting butthurt over comments that the manager made. Do you think this would ever happen at Man City? Do you think this would ever happen at even like at Arsenal currently, or at Real Madrid, or even at Atletico Madrid? It's not good, man. It's unacceptable. And I feel bad for us Barca fans because, like I said, we do not deserve this. We do not deserve this. And again, I'm not the biggest Xavi fan. You guys know that already. Everybody who watches my content, consumes my content knows I criticize Xavi a lot. I wasn't happy when he said he was going to come back. I was really not happy. But again, when Xavi announced that he was stepping down, it was based on his own merit. He felt like he wasn't doing good enough for the club. Or by the club. Sorry, I had the burp. I had to get it in somehow. If you guys saw the burp, if you guys heard the burp, sorry, what the fuck am I talking about? Everybody heard the burp. If you've made it this far into the video, let me know that you heard the burp. But anyway, like he was going to leave on his own merit. He wasn't getting pushed out the back door. And I feel bad for Xavi because he didn't say anything out of pocket, man. I'm actually sympathizing for Xavi. You guys know how rare that is. I usually don't have sympathy for Xavi, but I'm sympathizing for him because it's just, he didn't say anything bad, bro. What's the exact comments that he made? Let me look at it real quick. Here are the exact comments that Xavi made. I found it. I just said that the economic situation at Barca is not the best. We're trying to work together with the club to get the best situation and strengthen ourselves. From here, we'll face the coming season with enthusiasm to get titles. Why is he getting upset about it? Why is he getting upset by that? Why is he getting upset by that? I really don't understand. I don't get it, man. It baffles me. I didn't know that we had such a sensitive president. I mean, I never saw that coming. Again, for my own sanity, I'm hoping that it's Joan Laporta is acting this way because he thinks that he made a mistake in keeping Xavi. This is this way of like kind of just like saying, you know what, these comments were the last straw. You're leaving now. But again, I don't think that's the case. I think the case is he actually got butthurt by this and he feels betrayed by Xavi. Which I don't know how you can feel betrayed by Xavi. I don't think he said anything bad, like I said. He's just stating the obvious. He's literally stating the obvious, and you need to grow a pair of balls. I'm sorry, not to be sexist here, but or be what the fuck is it called? A toxic masculinity type of thing, which you know I don't agree with that stuff. But I mean, grow a pair, bro. Come on. He's stating the truth. So whatever. I mean, we'll see what happens after this. Look, man, this whole, as a fan, I fucking hate this. As a content creator, I love it because obviously it gives me content. I get to obviously make these videos, which I love doing. But I don't like making videos like this. I wanted to wait till the offseason. I was so happy. I was going to make my Barca keepers. So I was going to make my Barca players tier list. I was going to make my end of the season review, which obviously I'm super excited for. I was going to talk about the signings, people that I want to see come into Barca, you know, all this stuff. And now we're left talking, like we're literally with 2 games left in the year, we're left talking about this whole thing that we've been talking about since January. It's just not, it's tiring, man. I'm tired of it. And I can't imagine how those players feel. Because you got to think about the players as well. I mean, they're in that locker room, they're in that dressing room. They got to get tired of that shit. And the way that you treat Xavi, how is that going to signal to any other manager that you want to bring in? You literally you force the club legend to stay, basically. You beg them to stay, and now you're kicking them out the back door because comments say you don't like. So the next manager that comes in is going to know that Joan Laporta is a sensitive little brat, and you got to walk on eggshells around them. And that's not even to mention players and the way they're going to look at Barca because of the whole Victor Roque situation. We're just painting ourselves in such a bad light. It embarrasses me. It embarrasses me to my core because I fucking love this team and I want us to succeed. I don't want us to be the laughing stock of Europe, and that's where we're becoming with all these reports and all this shit. I don't want us to be that, man. I really don't. I care greatly about the future of this team. I care about the health of this club. And the way that we're going right now, whether it's the president, whether it's the board, whether it's the coach, whether it's the players, I don't know who it is. I don't know who's at fault, but I know that it starts from the top. Everything starts from the top. That's just the way it is. It starts from the top and it goes down. And the top clearly is not it looks like they're not equipped to do this. I know Joan Laporta's closing on the Nike deal, which is obviously going to bring a lot of money to Barca. That's good for him. But his relationship with the coach and this back and forth has made me really turned off by him. It really has. But yeah, man. I appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you like the situation? I don't know how you could like it, but what do you think? What are your thoughts on the situation down below? And yeah, guys, just let me know. I love every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.